Your dream is my mission.
Hey, I'm Rebecca Jackson to tell you about my passion, sharing the life-changing power of Mile Marker 5 CBD. After 37 years in the medical profession, I know how to research new products. I can tell you why Mile Marker 5 CBD is different and better. It's locally grown and produced. It's Kentucky's purest, and it works. Call me. 270-688-0011. That's 270-688-0011. Or go to milemarker5cbd.com.
Local sports at its finest. Live at 5 on 102.7 The Game.
Welcome back to the Owensboro Health Studios here, live at 5, 102.7 The Game. Problems with the board had anxiety about it throughout the day because this is our first time trying to do a live interview through the phone, and it's not worked out. We tested it like 5 times today. It worked every time, and then we get Pete on the line. But we're still trying to get him through here on a backup
Just the way
plan.
things are.
Yeah, we'll work our way through it.
You'll work your way through it.
I was a dispatcher once, so I could do a little troubleshooting there with it. But I'm going to try to get Pete on the line now. Pete, are you with us?
I'm with you, loud and clear.
All right, man. I can hear you good. Pete Rose, man, the Hit King, joining us here on Live at 5. Appreciate you giving us some time. Looking forward to having you in the area, man. How you been doing?
Well, we're doing it. Of course, I live in Las Vegas, and that's where I'm sitting right now working, and really looking forward to coming over there in Owensboro Saturday. We should have a big crowd. We should have a lot of fun. I was down that area a year ago or so, over to different towns in Indiana, but we have a lot of fun at this kind of event, and we get the people involved as far as asking questions and talking, and of course the VIPs get an autograph before the program starts, and I always look forward to meeting all the people backstage, and this should be a good crowd, and it should be a lot of fun.
Yeah, man, and I tell you, the community is pumped. When we announced we're going to have you on the show, I mean, the outpouring of support for you in the Hall of Fame has been overwhelming, and I think everybody in our area really supports that. Before we get to the Hall of Fame, though, I did want to get your thoughts. It's the hot topic right now, the Astros cheating scandal. Just quickly, what's your thoughts on that?
Did the Astros cheat?
Well, that's the word on the street.
Oh, we didn't hear about that out here in Vegas.
Oh yeah, I'm sure it's kind of brand new breaking news to Pete Rose here on Live at 5.
Yeah. Well, they obviously made some mistakes, and I didn't quite understand why no players got really fined or anything. You hire, or you fire a manager, you fire a general manager, you fire another manager, you fire another manager, and I don't know of any of the players or the managers that helped them by the Astros cheating. It helped the players. That's who the ones were getting the pitches, but yet the commissioner didn't do anything to the players, and I guess his hands was tied because of the union that the players have, and you don't know which player did it or which player didn't do it, and you can't suspend them all because maybe 4 guys got the signs. You can't fine them all because 4 guys got the signs. You can't give the trophy back because of all the guys didn't really cheat. Then why would you penalize them guys? You got to find out. They'll never know who did it and who didn't do it.
Right, it's kind of a brotherhood. Nobody wants to tell on each other or anything like that, so it's hard to pick them out.
Stuff like that will leak out when you start breaking spring training, and there's some guys that were there that might get cut from the team or might get traded. That's where it all started, when that pitcher from Houston, Fires, got traded over to Oakland, and he's the one that was the whistleblower on the whole thing. So we're going to see a lot more things that come out about this as the season pours along. My advice right now, if you want to know the truth, to the Astros, would quit talking, quit answering questions.
Sure.
Because every time they answer a question, they prolong the conversation. Let it go away. If you just leave it go away, it will die eventually. But it won't die if you keep talking about it.
Yeah, I think.
Okay, you understand what I'm saying? You can't keep talking about it because every question you ask is going to remind a reporter of another question he wants to ask.
That's right.
That's why whenever you have any problems with any situation in life, your best comment is no comment.
Yeah, and I can agree with that, and it just seems like it keeps going on, and
Yeah,
of course,
yeah.
I feel like baseball it's just a different punishment for certain crimes. Obviously, speaking
Right.
about you now have applied for reinstatement again. Tell us about that process. I know Vic Evans over here, huge fan of yours, my co-host here, was curious how that process works about going about getting.
Well, all you have to do is you just try to pick your spots and try to send a letter to the commissioner and explain what I'm doing now and how I'm doing it, and that my life is turned around. I'm very sorry to the mistakes I made 30 years ago.
Right.
I've been suspended 30 years, guys. That's a long time to be suspended, but I'm not going to get on your show or any other show and whine about not being in the Hall of Fame, because I'm the one that screwed the situation up. So I have nobody to blame but myself, and that's my philosophy. I'm not going to blame this guy or blame that guy. I'm the one that's to blame, and I'm the one that's suffering through the consequences.
Sure, and I think everybody knows Pete Rose. I mean, you're a Hall of Famer in the thoughts of baseball fans. But what would it mean to you just to get over that hump and finally be inducted where you belong in the Hall of Fame? What would that mean to Pete Rose?
Well, I think every player in his or her sport, the ultimate goal is to go to your Hall of Fame. And I'm no different than anybody else, because I had 11 teammates that are Hall of Famers. 11.
Wow.
I had a lineup a couple of days ago. I was talking to a group back in Cleveland, and I was thinking about the Hall of Famers I played with. Now listen to this. I played with Johnny Bench, Hall of Famer. Mike Schmidt, third base, Hall of Famer. Barry Larkin, shortstop, Hall of Famer. Joe Morgan, second base, Hall of Famer. Tony Perez, first base, Hall of Famer. Frank Robinson, left fielder, Hall of Famer. Tim Raines, center field, Hall of Famer. Andre Dawson, right field, Hall of Famer. Steve Carlton, left-hand pitcher. All right, Tom Seaver, right-hand pitcher, both Hall of Famers. And my backup catcher would be Gary Carter. So I could field a team of every position that I played with are Hall of Famers. That's anybody else can do that.
That's mind blowing, and I'm a huge Phillies guy. My dad grew up a huge fan of yours. Taught me that head first slide of yours in Little League back in the day. But being joined by Pete Rose now, the hit king, baseball legend Pete Rose, courtesy of Hilliard Lions guest of the game. And Commissioner Manfred is coming up with these new rules. Vic had a question about that. What do you think? What do you think about the new rules? Do you have any ideas on some changes of the game that could help things along, or do you like the game just the way it was?
Well, I thought the game started in 1869, and I thought baseball over the years has been a pretty good game. And I don't like to change the rules. You can't break up a double play. You can't pitch inside. You can't run over a catcher even though he's blocking the plate. And now they're talking about a pitcher's got to face 3 batters an inning. So it takes the strategy away from a manager to bring a right-hander in to face a right-hander, then coming back with a left-hander to face a left-hander the next batter. So I don't know why baseball wants to keep changing the rules. I think that's Joe Torre, the guy that's ahead of that part of the game of baseball. Baseball is a good sport, and baseball, they keep trying to figure out ways to speed up the game. Well, let me tell you something, guys. You play a 9-inning game, and you have 6 minutes of commercials every inning. So that's 54 minutes of commercials every game that is played. How are you going to speed up the game if you have 54 minutes of commercials? They're sure in the hell not going to drop the commercials.
That's right.
So, it's amazing how fickle fans are. What I mean by that is, if you're a Cincinnati fan and you go to the game tomorrow night and the Reds lose 1-0 and the game took an hour and 55 minutes, you're pissed on the way home. Now you go back the next night and the Reds win 15-2 and the game took 4 hours and 15 minutes. You're happy as hell on the way home. It don't make any sense. Why is everybody in a hurry? Football games take 3.5 hours. How about the last 2 minutes of an NBA game? They take forever. But it seems like when you talk about baseball, everybody seems to be in a hurry, and I don't quite understand that.
No, yeah, it doesn't make any sense. I mean, the only thing
as players, listen, when I was a player, we would love a 2-hour game, but we would rather have a 3.5-hour game of 15-14.
Sure.
Because that means everybody's getting a lot of offense, they're getting a lot of hits, and having a lot of great stats.
Yeah.
We don't like fast games in baseball as players, but fans do like fast games, and That's just something that they're never going to be able to correct.
Well, they do until it goes 1-0 for in a 2-hour game, in a playoff game, and then everybody wants to see offense, and they complain, well, there's not enough
everybody wants
offense.
to see offense.
It goes both
That's
ways.
why everybody's concentrating on home runs today.
I think people just like to complain, Pete.
Home runs are up. And listen, home runs are up, strikeouts are up, and attendance is down.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know if baseball can be happy with that situation right there.
No.
Because there's a lot of really good players playing baseball today. And there's a lot of really bad teams playing baseball today. We don't have to get on your program and name the bad teams, but you know who the bad teams are.
Sure.
And what bad teams create is they create players playing for themselves. Baseball is a team game. You play for the results of what the team does. And as you and I talk right now, today, I could probably come up with 10 teams in baseball, and there's 30. I could probably come up with 10 realistically have a chance of going to the World Series this year.
That's true, yeah. No doubt.
So what does the other 20 teams do? They play for themselves.
Yeah, and hope they can fill the stands with when the good teams come to town. Really, I think is a big part of it. You talked about the different towns. You played a little bit in Philly. You obviously Cincinnati legend. Well, what are some of the differences, man? I know those Philly fans up there are wild. Talk about some of the differences.
I always said, and I really believe this. The Philly fans are great because they get criticized. But Philly fans want you to do two things. And every fan of every city should want the two things. They want you to bust your ass and they want to win. What's wrong with fans wanting players to play hard and to play to win?
Yeah, I got no beef with that, no.
And that's what Cincinnati fans want. That's what Cub fans want. That's what Yankee fans want. That's what teams should want in Owensboro if they're following a college team or a high school team. You want your players to play hard because they're not cheating you as a fan, and they want you to win.
Oh,
everybody loves a winner. Everybody loves a winner.
And you like to see the hustle. You like to see guys running out fly balls, and you like to see those little things.
Show me you're having fun, okay? I hate when they pan in these dugouts sometime, and all the players sitting there look like their mom died yesterday.
Sure, yeah, it's
show me you're having fun because you're making millions of dollars. Why can't you show me you're having fun?
To do,
if you're having
something
fun,
I'll
have fun.
Right, absolutely.
Yes.
Well,
if you're having fun and I'm rooting for you, I'll have fun.
Well, Pete, my daughter, 10-year-old daughter Macy, is a huge WWE fan. So I had to ask about your little run in WWE. She was looking through YouTube and she saw you on there with Kane at WrestleMania for a couple years there, and she's a huge fan of yours just through the WWE. And she wanted me to ask you what it was like to get Tombstone pile drive by Kane at WrestleMania.
Well, I got Tombstone by him. I got pile drive by him. I got Stinky Face by Rakuzi. But let me tell you something about the wrestling world. And I think Tyler, what did I do? 3 WrestleManias or 4?
Three or four. It was a nice stretch of them, yeah.
Yeah, I never met a wrestler that wasn't a great guy. From Vince McMahon on down. John Cena, the Hulk, Undertaker, the Big Show. They were all great guys. They were great guys to work with. It's the best show on TV. Best entertainment on TV, even today.
Yeah, and Vince put you in the Hall of Fame, too, didn't he?
I'm in the WWE Hall of Fame.
That's right.
No question about it.
See, so maybe Vince should be running. He's running the football now in the XFL. Maybe he can come over and do a little baseball, too, and get you in the Hall of Fame there, too.
I'll drink to that. I don't even drink.
There you go. Man, I tell you, hey, before we get you out of here, I don't want to take up your whole afternoon, Pete. I know you're busy, but we cover a lot of local sports here, a lot of youth leagues, a lot of high school, lower level college. Before we get you out of here, give some advice to a kid that may be out there listening to what they can do to try to better their game, to always raise the bar for themselves.
Listen, I work in Las Vegas. I'm at the MGM right now. I work 20 days a month, 5 hours a day signing autographs. And I have a lot of kids come through here. And the 3 bits of advice I give kids: 1, be aggressive. 2, be more aggressive. And 3, never be satisfied. What does that mean? That means you get 2 hits, you want 3. You get a C, you want an A. You score 12 points, you want 14. You score 2 touchdowns, you want 3 touchdowns. If you're an athlete or a human being in general, being aggressive makes up for a lot of shortcomings.
Absolutely.
Now, I don't know if the mothers and fathers that are listening, I talk right now, they know if their kids, their sons, if your daughter's aggressive.
Sure.
And if she's not aggressive, try to teach her to be aggressive. And that's a hard thing to do.
Sure.
Because I think most people are kind of born aggressive. I think they're born with enthusiasm. I think they're born with work ethic. You know, I think if, like, my dad was a great player, and he never smoked or drank. I never smoked or drank. Okay, I think if you're around that environment, that's the way you have a tendency to be that way. If you're around a mom and dad that's drinking all the time and smoking all the time, you probably got a good chance of being a smoker or a drinker.
Sure.
So we as parents have to help our kids when they're young, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, growing up. And you can set the standards at home. And I just really believe that. You got to work at it. It takes work to raise kids the right way.
Yeah, it absolutely. That's a very tough job, no doubt about it, man. Pete, thank you so much. This has been a pleasure for me. Yeah,
you going to be there Saturday night? You going to be there?
I have an event with my daughter has to play, but Vic, my co-host, will definitely be in the house. He's a huge fan of yours, and man, I can't wait for you to come to town. So many people are excited in our community.
Well, we got a couple more tickets left, so give out the way they can buy their tickets so you can help us sell that thing out for the promoters there in Owensboro.
Yeah, we're going to promote it on social media as well. We got Jared Bratcher here who's going to come in and ask you a question here real quick, Pete.
Okay.
He's having you in.
Yeah, Pete. This is Jared. I just got one question for you. I just told these guys about how you're probably the greatest sportsman I've ever even talked to. I do want to give you one. I want to ask you one piece of Major League Baseball history and see if you know the answer to it. Do you know who Ray Chapman is?
Ray Chapman?
Yes.
He played for the Reds?
No, I don't think he did. I
don't know Ray Chapman.
Okay, Ray Chapman is the only.
I'm not good with history. I'm not good with the history of the game of baseball back in the 20s and 30s.
It's a little bit of a trick question. I don't know that he's a great player, but he was the only Major League Baseball player ever killed playing baseball. Only one that died from his injuries. And he was born and raised in my hometown of Beaver Dam, Kentucky, where you'll be at Saturday night. So there's a little piece of history for you. He's the only one.
What, did he get beamed or something?
Yeah, I guess he got hit in the head and died 10 hours later, I believe, in the hospital.
And they probably didn't wear helmets in those days.
Yeah, it was a long time ago, so yeah, you're probably right. But anyway, I just didn't know if you knew that. I was hoping you might know that, and I was going to tell you, that's where he was born and raised, Beaver Dam, and the people there, Pete, let me tell you something. That is Reds country, and they are fired up to see you, as am I, on Saturday night, and we'll be on the stage there, and you'll be telling lots and lots of stories. You gave them a little taste of it today. So anybody,
they'll have fun. Believe me when I tell you, they'll have fun.
Listen, I know it, and I can't wait. And for anybody else that wants to come to hear Pete tell some more of these great stories, go to PeteRoseHitKing.com or BeaverDamTourism.com, and those tickets are still available. And Pete, looking forward to seeing you Saturday afternoon, buddy.
How far is that drive from Cincinnati there?
It's going to take you about 3 hours and 15 minutes. If the way Arnie drives, probably. If he drives right, it'll take about 3.5 hours. But I figure Arnie can get you there in 3 hours and 15 minutes.
and right now you're in our from Cincinnati.
I'm an hour behind you, and from Las Vegas, I'm 2 hours ahead of you. So
yeah, we gained an hour going up there.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, guys. I'll see you Saturday night.
Okay. Thanks, Pete. See you, buddy.
Okay. Thank you all.
Boy, that was a treat. I'm sorry, Vic, man. I hate that, man. The little technical difficulties. I had to give a shout out to Dave and Jordan Rose over 97. We're scrambling in here.
Yeah, they were.
Listen, dude, I was panicked all day that was going to happen, and it did. But thank goodness for Dave Clark.
We find a way.
We always can find a way.
Exactly.
One way or the. That was a treat. I'm like, I can barely see straight right now. It's like that was something. I was just talking to Pete Rose. It was one of my dad's all time favorites, man. And that was.
Oh, my dad was
a
a huge Big Red Machine fan.
Jared, thank you so much, man, for making that happen. And we look forward to if that's just a little taste. You could just tell by talking to him for just a short period of time. It's going to be a treat.
He starts telling stories, man. I'm telling you. I've been to 2 of the shows that we brought to Owensboro and Evansville. That's what he was talking about. And listen, people leave there, just to listen to people as they leave talking about it. I mean, you could listen to him for hours and hours and hours. He has some of the most amazing stories about just Willie Mays and Mickey Mantle, and just people that you're like, it's just, if you're a baseball fan, you could listen to him for days.
Unbelievable. Yeah, it was a treat, man. And hey, be sure once again tell the folks out there really quick if they're listening, because if you listen to that, you're going to want to be there on Saturday. My daughter has a school play on Saturday. I won't be able to attend. I know Vic will be there. and a lot of baseball fans. Tell the folks out there how they can get tickets.
Yeah, the easiest to remember is PeteRoseHitKing.com or BeaverDamTourismCommission.com. I think it maybe just BeaverDamTourism.com. But, there's the Facebook page and everything.
Sure.
So, just Google it. It's out there. But anyway, the easiest, PeteRoseHitKing.com. Still some tickets left. I think the meet and greets are sold out, I believe. Last I heard, they were sold out. And Pete agreed to do a few more, and they sold out. But there's still some great seats. There's no bad seats. I mean, you're going to be right there in the same room listening to Pete. We'll take some questions from the audience, and it'll be awesome.
Be you and Randall Parmley and Jim Pickens, right? I mean,
we're gonna hit Pete for maybe an hour or so.
Yeah,
and then we're gonna open it up and try to get some good questions from the audience. Let everybody get a piece of Pete.
Now Vic be over. Maybe you can get your question in, Vic. Sorry, man. I hate that, man.
It's okay.
I really wanted to get.
I know the guy at the microphone, so
you might be able to put Vic to the front of the line.
We'll see if we can get Vic a question.
Because he had questions that were better than mine. And here we are scrambling around trying to get the phone back and forth. But hey,
you did a good job with it.
I appreciate it, Jerry. Thank you very much. We'll have you in again. Really looking forward to talking to you more about Fisher Park and some of the events.
Maybe every month and kind of tell them what's going on this month. Again, this week we wanted to give. I figure everybody would like to hear Pete more than they would maybe even me and maybe even you.
I'm sure.
But from now on, I hope to come in about once a month and maybe start talking about the travel stuff the tourism events we have coming to sports in Owensboro every month and look forward to it.
Man, thank you very much. Yeah, we'll get you in again. We'll go ahead and take a commercial break. We come back, we'll switch gears, talk a little high school sports. It's tournament time. I'm happy to be back, Vic.
There you go.
Back in the driver's seat tonight, even though I'm going to have a really big shoes to fill on the microphone tonight. We'll take a break, come back, talk a little girls' third region basketball, live at 5, 1027, The Game.
The weekly Law Light podcast at